Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our first NBC Bank weekend preview brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNola.com. Will he or won't he? Will Drew Brees play at Charlotte against Carolina on Sunday? It may be a game-time decision, and Lenny, I suspect that they're going to wait as long as they can to find out if he can play because obviously he makes that much of a difference.
Kenny does, and in all seriousness about this, if they can create any kind of advantage of not letting people know whether he will or won't play, they're probably going to do it. Now, if he doesn't play, then it's Luke McCown's game, and then things really don't change. As Sean Payton mentioned on Wednesday, it's not like you're running somebody out there to run the read option as opposed to someone who's a drop back type quarterback. You've got two quarterbacks who are very similar in what they do. So obviously Drew does it a lot better. Even at less than 100%, he's still going to be one of the best in the league. Now obviously the concern is, can he make all of the throws that you want him to make? And are you subjecting him to taking a hit that could even put him in a worse situation than where he is now? Those are the things that you've got to consider in making this decision. Of the 53 guys on the roster, I don't think there's anyone else that you put in this situation. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Brees' call. And it's not, if he says I can go, then Peyton's going to play him.
Regardless of who is at quarterback, expect the Saints to run the football more and to throw quick passes. Because if it's Brees, they can't afford him to take any hits, and they want to take the onus off of him. If it's McCown, they want to take the onus off of him and shorten the game, perhaps on the road. So I suspect that they'll stick more with the run and go with quick passes.
I would agree with that. It would be interesting to me. If Brees plays, it wouldn't surprise me right out the box to see him try to throw the ball long on first down. Just to say, because you think about it. If you're sitting in Ron Rivera's meeting rooms right now, and even if Brees can play, and he ends up going out there and playing on Sunday, you've got to think, he can't throw the ball long. We can cheat guys up a little bit. We don't have to worry about getting beat deep because he can't get it down there. And then you take that first shot long. That just changes the whole dynamic of things. And that would be the type of thing that you would expect Drew Brees and Sean Payton to do, right?
Absolutely. We'll see. LSU, strange. Morning game, upstate New York, out of conference against Syracuse. As I've said for a year, I don't get it. I really don't understand how this game got scheduled or why. I'm still waiting for an explanation, not that I'm owed one, but this is one I really can't figure. That said, they're a prohibitive favorite, playing on the road. Carrier Dome's averaged about 26,000 this year. LSU's got a bunch of fans going up there. They have to adjust to a morning time, Eastern time zone, earlier trip, and obviously guard against a letdown.
You're right. It's certainly a situation after the performance against Auburn. A letdown wouldn't be a surprise of any kind. I think LSU wins this game. I think they win it handily. Would it surprise me if Syracuse hung around for a half? Probably not. Syracuse is likely down to their third-string quarterback, right. So will even score on LSU's defense. That's one thing to consider there. It's one of those games, like you said. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Please answer the question. I'm still trying to get an answer. I mean, they're playing in a small facility. LSU doesn't play in small facilities. They're playing that far from home against a mediocre, Division I, we call it still, opponent. I don't really get it. I just don't.
It's a Power 5 conference team. And I guess at the end of the day, you want to try to get at least one of those on your schedule every year. They've done it a lot with these neutral site games. This is a case where they've got some home and homes along the way. Syracuse will end up coming here.
But why would you play Syracuse home and home?
I don't know.
I'm just
asking. Look, when Tulane does it, and they'll do it a lot, they'll head up to New York. Obviously, Tulane has a significant Northeast alumni base. There's a reason for it there. I don't think LSU has a significant Northeast alumni base, although as we know,
nor is it a recruiting base for them.
Right, but we know LSU fans are everywhere. But look, LSU's recruiting nationally now, so it's not it's not so much that as much as just like you say, what exactly are you looking to accomplish here? Was it a situation where you couldn't get anything better in terms of trying to get a Power 5 team to play you home and home? I don't know.
Maybe
the ACC, you think about it, if you're trying to go play teams over that way, who do you want to play home and home? I mean, at the end of the day, you'd like to be able to make sure you're winning 2 games. If you're going to play the really good teams, you like to play them on a neutral field where you're arguably, as Verge Osbury's explained previously, you're arguably making more money at a good neutral site game than you would for a home game. And you don't have to play those teams on their home field, much like the Wisconsin arrangement. A game in Houston, and they're going to play a game next year at Lambeau Field. But you're right. I don't totally get this one.
Ideally, you'd like to see LSU get a big lead and limit Leonard Fournette's touches in this game anyway, although Les Miles did say this week he will not limit his at-bats using baseball terminology. My kind of guy. Way to go, Les. Tulane has the week off, and they're back in action against Central Florida, a team they can beat and could beat and maybe should beat, coming up at Yeoman Stadium a week from Saturday. High school football, man, it's a great weekend. Week 4 of the season. And it kicks off with our first NBC Prep Showcase game, and it doesn't get any better than the rivalry between Trahan and Huntville.
Battle of St. Charles Parish. For 51 weeks, they're all about all being in St. Charles Parish. For this 1 week, you're either Trahan or you're Huntville. There's no question about it. You take sides here. This is the closest atmosphere you will see to an SEC football game on any high school campus, probably in the state of Louisiana, maybe the exception of West Monroe, I would guess. But when these two teams get together, it is an unbelievable atmosphere. Looking forward to being there. Friday night, live here at sportsnola.com. Watch the tape-delayed broadcast Saturday at noon on WHNO.
Look forward to that. Of course, the original Friday night, 6 to midnight, around the state and locally on WGSO 990 AM. You can watch it at sportsnola.com. And also on Saturday, a Catholic League doubleheader as that league gets underway for 2015. And at 2:30, it's Brother Martin, John Curtis. What a matchup there at Tag Gormley Stadium, live on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com. And then at 7 p.m., Archbishop Shaw hosting Holy Cross at Haas Memphis Stadium on WGSO 990 AM, also at WGSO.com. And you can watch the live stream video right here at sportsnola.com.
Well, that should be an outstanding matchup. All of those first week games in the Catholic League should be outstanding. Yeah, Jesuit St. Aug get together Friday night. And then Brother Martin Curtis, you're talking about, at this point, the way the league is shaping up, and we know it never always plays out exactly as you think it will, but 2 of the 3 heavyweights at this point. And then Shaw Holy Cross should be a pretty good game. If Trey Regis is half as good as he was against West Jeff, the Tigers have their work cut out for him.
It's the battle of the Treys. Trey Regis, Trey Turner. Check it out. Enjoy it. Lenny, have a great weekend.
All right, we'll see you Monday.
That's our first NBC Bank weekend preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 35 locations throughout southeast Louisiana and into the Florida Panhandle now. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNola.com. He's Lenny. I'm Kenny. You have a great weekend, and God bless you.